Hi guys, this is Michael in Las Vegas. Just wanted to make one of these videos, trying to get the whole technology thing down and trying to figure out how this is all going to work. I've had a horrible time in the past. Feeling pretty confident this time. Hopefully this semester will work out a little bit better. I've started my internship placement, or my practicum placement, you would say, here at Heads Up Nevada Guidance and Wellness Center. It's a mental health agency in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've worked with them for a very, very long time, whether it was with, referring some of my licensed social work, as I'm a social worker with the state, so a lot of my clients have gone there for mental health intervention. They take one of our HMOs through Medicaid, which is very handy. And so I've had the opportunity for a number of years to work with them. So start things off, I met with the office manager and, of course, my field instructor. And, I think it's going to be a really, really good placement. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to work with Heads Up in a way that's a little bit different than what I'm used to. Maybe not so much being a student, but obviously coming from a position as a peer and working with as one of our trusted partners and doing some work with them to help our clients. So I'm kind of excited about that. I had a chance to sit down with the office manager, who is she's been with the agency for a very long time. Her name is Sandra Dunn. She's a real smart lady. And we were talking about kind of access to services and that kind of thing. And I told her that a lot of my main focus is going to be on trying to work on the admin side of social work. Essentially, I want to be, at some point, work in administration. I don't mind doing direct case management. It's just, I kind of feel that maybe I might enjoy something a little bit more, doing some more supervision or administration kind of thing. So, that being said, she and I were talking, and I remember that Heads Up was essentially located in a real weird spot of town. There was a building that was underneath a freeway overpass. And I think everybody in town thought that was just some sort of city annex or something. But the housing authority had been in there for a little bit, and there was a little room off there, a couple suites, and that was where Heads Up really was at the beginning. They provided a lot of services for our clients, but it was definitely off the bus routes. It was in just a very, very bizarre location. If you didn't know exactly where it was, you weren't going to find it. And so, they've done a lot of work to kind of redefine themselves and kind of reinvent the way they do their service delivery. And we were talking about that and the move that they made to more of a mainstream street, and kind of the way that they have put together the offices of where they're at now. One of the first things I wanted to talk about was, after I was telling her that I'm very interested in the administration side of social work, we talked a lot about how they first decided to decorate the new offices that they were at. And of course, it's in a small business park. They probably have 5 or 6 suites in that business park for a lot of their offices and stuff, which is really good. And they've got some awesome waiting rooms. They've got a generic waiting room up front, which is very warm, very receptive to clients. They have very nice furniture, and the walls are painted. They're really nice. Everything's decorated very nice. It's kind of there's a huge demarcation between the way they're set up, as far as their furnishings and their paint and the physical representation of the office, as compared to some maybe more of your more sterile environment. Maybe a different modality to treatment approach, with more of a clinical, medical model type environment. So they do a really good job of decorating their office and whatnot. We were also talking about some of my goals as far as working in administration, and we were describing some of the things and some of the job opportunities that may be out there after I finish school. One of the things she brought up was that she was going to try to use me for a lot of the admin stuff for the building and the agency, and during my placement. And I thought, oh, that's great. Any way I could pitch in, no problem. And it wasn't too long. I mean, just a matter of maybe an hour. She calls me back in her office and she says, Mike, listen, we have a van that we purchased to help us facilitate a youth group that we were having, and we're no longer having those services here. And so we're thinking about selling this van. So she says, can you take this van and get it down to the car wash and get it all cleaned up and whatnot and make it look presentable? I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, whatever you need. Thought it was kind of strange for a practicum student, but that way, whatever I got to do to kind of help out. So I took it down and, of course, got it cleaned. It looked real nice, kind of cleaned out some of the trash and whatnot. I think there were some homeless people that were maybe living under it or in it or something. I'm not exactly sure because it seemed like a lot of toothpaste and just personal items that were there, but, whatever. So we did that. I took it down and got it done. And then she comes back. I come back to the office and she says, so Mike, can I get you to go get the truck smogged? And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever I can do to pitch in. So I went and got it smogged. And she reminds me that this is a function of kind of what the administration side of an agency goes through. So, of course, I went down. I got the truck smogged for him. I brought it back. Everything's fine. And kind of where I'm going with this is I just kind of wanted to know, how do you guys feel, or what do you guys feel is probably an inappropriate activity for a placement? I personally didn't have a problem with it. I enjoyed the experience of working with the admin staff and working with the manager. I'm just wondering, would anybody say, I'm not comfortable with that? I don't want to take your vehicle out. I don't want to do those kind of things. Like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. But I'm just kind of wondering, with the experiences that we're supposed to be getting at some of these agencies, if that's something that most folks in class would do. So just feel free to give me a comment on the video, please, and just let me know what your thoughts are and what kind of things you think might be inappropriate, what kind of things you think are appropriate, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Bye.